those expressions. It's really fascinating inventory of pictures. Yeah, see, like right there, I pulled back. See, I was cramped on the thing, but I was still popping audio. But see, the thing is, this whole environment, and see, having the backdrop and everything, it makes it way more feasible because you can float your physical distance, and then you task the lights.
I know that Sunday a guy is coming to post. Right
Yeah,
there,
see, if you had a
right
pole,
there.
all you'd have to do is crank it up with a pulley. But if you get that exact same kind of backdrop, that gives you a generic space.
This is like a drop cloth.
Absolutely,
He
canvas.
says it's for painting.
Painting, yeah.
Painting.
40 bucks.
It's a drop
That's the
cloth.
biggest one I could get.
Where do you get
know
it,
where you get
Home
these? I used to make curtains out of them. You get them from Home Depot.
So that's what we gotta
It's
get.
like 12
Yeah, I
by,
got this from a weird paint store
It's like
because
12 by 12.
a lot of the paint drop cloths now are plastic and shit.
Home Depot still has these.
Yeah. I'm going to turn this so I get 100% white. So I'm going to catch up a little bit on the other side. So I'm recording right now. So basically, you don't have to be conscious when you're being photographed. You just try to concentrate on,
I'm talking.
on being yeah. Don't. So what I'm saying is, you got enough pictures to justify that you look okay. So without being concerned about that, see, like you're framed off to the side, yeah, right?
Mm-hmm.
So even like when you rotate your knees around the other side. Yeah, so you want to not stay face. Yeah, you want like different sides of your face, or I mean, see when I do this, I'll actually encroach and even like point. So you can be like theatrical in talking to the camera because that's what you're shooting for. Because everything that doesn't work, you don't care about.
Take it off anyways.
Well, that's what I'm saying. You want to be interesting. So, see, when people take pictures like this, they're stiff. I always make people turn, rotate their shoulders, and then lean forward. So even though it looks unnatural, the keyhole is what you see. So even if you decide to put your hands on your knees and put pressure on your shoulders, see? Yeah. See, people do that in real life.
It's natural.
But they don't do it when they take pictures, right?
No.
So if you just concentrate on the fact that you're trying to see, like right now, you fell out of frame. So if I drop it down like that, see, another thing is I can go higher up. So looking up tends to pull someone's face, gives them more gravity
Oh
effect.
yeah, pull me up because then all the
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
wrinkles will go
No,
up.
yeah. But see, what I'm saying is that you don't notice that it does that when you mess with the aspect ratio and stuff. See? See, when you're looking at yourself, you changed it. But what it is when you were off to the side and you look over with your eyes, your face has a different perspective to it. So you want to mess with it so you can find over time. Remember, you want to lean forward. See, even if you lean forward and it's too tight, I'll pull it back. Okay, so have you sold to any department stores directly that you know of?
Department stores, no.
Why?
I sell to boutiques.
No, but okay, but why have you been? You've never solicited department stores?
Never.
Why? You don't play the game of the buyers and try to smooth them and.
I don't have time.
Oh, so you don't have time?
No.
So basically, when you started doing this, like a worker ant, you had to do it to make money instead of trying to spec something and try to sell a shitload of pieces. But at this point now, you could move a shitload of pieces, right?
I definitely can supply even Nordstrom's, any of the big department stores. They don't have anything like what I make.
Yeah.
Except that my clothing is not exposed to the stores. I don't bother to call them or have somebody call them and solicit it.
But with so many, I mean, even though your stuff is more boutique oriented in terms of a mechanism that would naturally sell more eccentric, non-mass merchandise stuff, some of your inventory might be feasible within the marketing model of these stores if you just solicited in a proper fashion. Even though they might not carry you door to door your entire line, they still would have little niche things that they could pop because
exactly like the unique merchandise that I make for boutiques. You know, you can only find them in boutiques or here with me.
Yeah, but wouldn't more, I mean, anybody can justify unique. Wouldn't you say that it's eccentric? That a certain kind of personality of a person is going to wear this stuff, even if it's a little kid, though?
Yeah, there's certain kind of little diva, little kids to be able to wear this.
But what I mean is, it's opulent in layers. Like in the old days, petticoats and stuff like that was money, right?
Right.
Like peasants in the field had simple dresses, which are maybe contemporary sexy now. But in the old days, money was based on layers, right? And the quality of the material.
Fabrics, exactly.
Yeah.
Fabrics.
So it's an old school mentality in that respect, though, right?
Yes, it is.
And at the same time, it's not gaudy. Because in fashion, especially, I mean, it might not be nice to say, but there's a lot of really horrible incarnations in Hispanic women. Maybe only in Los Angeles. Maybe in certain more sophisticated countries in South America, maybe you don't find that. But there's a lot of kind of, you wouldn't even say ghetto, but there's a lot of over-the-top kind of gaudy.
It's just too much. Sometimes they look like piñatas.
That's what I mean.
They have layers and layers of this horrible organza fabric that I personally, I think is distasteful. Myself, I think. I will never use that, and I will never make those kind of dresses because.
And plus, your stuff isn't train wreck type stuff. You're not really pushing the breast out and everything.
No,
it's really
no,
more
no.
polite type fashion.
It's more
too, right?
polite, but at the same time, it's like a chubby chick. It makes the little girls feel like little angels. When they put them on, they feel like they're floating.
But do you have the women who dress less than their age, though? I mean, do you have older women that are dressing like little girls? Or is it the little girls who are kind of dressing like adults?
Do you know what it is? It's really, you get two types of people here. You get the people that come in and they want the little girls to wear high heels with a little halter dress like an adult. But then you have the other customer that comes in here and they want a beautiful little tutu with a little corset. But it's a different taste, different look, what they're telling me. I don't like the little girls that wear high heels, like they look like adults. They look like adults, and it's not right, I don't think.
But in a way, though, aren't you kind of, I'm not saying churchgoers, but aren't you dressing good girls, though? Isn't it the opposite of sexualizing girls?
Mm-hmm.
Isn't it girls are virgins until they're married and they cover up, but they want to wear nice, pretty things and stuff? So isn't it the opposite of sexualizing girls?
It is the opposite. It is, because there is two ways to present your merchandise to people. You know, the way they want to show the little girls, some, like I said, they want them to grown up. Like they're 15, but then you have the other kind. They just want to wear a nice, beautiful little tutu and they look like little girls.
Well, how much of your
Just
stuff,
very trendy.
How much of your stuff in design possibilities is complete dresses, and how much of it is component things like corsets and camisoles and stuff like that? I mean, you sell a lot of complete dresses that are very animated, right?
I would say mostly dresses.
And to that extent, you're doing weddings and stuff too. So you're actually generating wedding gowns, or is it usually for the bridesmaids?
It's flower girl dresses, really, for weddings, obviously.
But is it the bridesmaids, or is it actually to the
It's
actual
little
wife?
girls. It's for little girls,
Oh.
little bridesmaids, because you get, on the wedding you get the flower girls, and then you get the little bride girls, the bridesmaid girls. They're about 16, 15. So some people use from little girls up to 14. Some only use one. You get different. Bye, Carla. See you tomorrow.
But you are color coordinating with wedding planners and stuff too?
You know what? I don't get wedding planners here. I get the actual person that is getting married, because they know when they come here, they're gonna find everything they want. The color, the combination, the flower,
Yeah, but why
the
don't
basket.
have you solicited wedding planners though? No?
I don't solicit anybody. People just come here. They just,
Now, when I told somebody the actual physical address of this being Pico at Santee, I guess a lot of people euphemistically say they're in the garment district, but they're really not. So this is considered the heart of the garment district?
yes.
And is this the Rodeo Drive of the garment district right here, or is there places that are even better?
At this point right now, I think Santee is one of the best streets for ladies' dresses, and of course, I think on this block I'm the only one here selling little girls' dresses. So I have a very unique.
I'm
in
kind
the
of
right-
confused. There are full-grown women coming here. I know they're dressing their little girls and daughters and stuff, and then there's the wedding component. But aren't there full-grown women that dress? I mean, what about like folk dancing? People that wear almost kind of costumes to do. You don't do any of that? You know what
They
I'm
don't-
talking about, though, right?
Yeah, but they don't use my garments for that. If they want bridesmaids, I don't sell bridesmaids dresses for adults.
Why? You some kind of zealot?
No,
You're
I
some
just don't
kind
want to
of-
make it. It's too much competition, and I don't want to compete. I'm happy making little girls' dresses.
So you
That's-
fell into this? So your style of design just naturally inclined it for these particular things?
it just comes to me. I just like it and I make it. I
Did you
don't-
copy things that you saw, or did this stuff develop over the time that you've been doing it?
So you know what? I gotta say, I do look at magazines, but most of it comes to me. I have a sense of just buying the fabric, buying the colors, and putting it together all in my head. I didn't go to school, I just
Is
do
it
it.
ethnic at all? Does it have anything to do with being from Guadalajara and stuff like that?
I don't think so. I think it's something that either you have it or you don't.
Well, but don't full-grown women tend to wear that are native Mexican girls? Don't they? I mean, Elvis Presley hasn't made a movie in Mexico for a long time, but I mean, don't women in Mexico tend to, if you watch Mexican TV in particular, don't they kind of dress up and wear more layers? No.
You know what, Mexico, right now people obviously, have a mentality about Mexico. Mexico is the most sophisticated country right now. The kids are all on the internet. Mexico has a lot of young people. A lot of young people.
There's a lot
that
of hot chicks in Mexico. Even
They're
when I walk around
beautiful.
here, I see even blonde, light-skinned girls and everything. Now, maybe their skin lightened, maybe their hair's done everything, but until you hear them speak Spanish, you can't even tell that they're from Mexico.
You know what I gotta say? All the pretty girls really stay in Mexico.
Really?
Most
Because they come from rich families and stuff? And
You
they
know,
have no
let's
reason to
put it
live?
this way. A rich person is not gonna come here to work. The ones that we come here because we come here to get a better life and to get a better opportunity. The rich people in Mexico have a lot of money. They don't need to come here to work. They have the money there. So someone like me, I came from nothing. I came here to try to get a better life, and I'm doing it. And so is a lot of people around here. They come from small little towns. A lot of them, you look at them and they look, half Indian, like I have a mixture myself. But you go back to Guadalajara, you go back to Mexico City, and you find the most sophisticated women there and the most
What did your
beautiful
what did your
girls.
mother do besides give birth to you?
Well, my mom right now,
Did she
she's
work?
retired.
Did she work when she was a young girl?
Yeah, she was a seamstress
Oh.
for many, many years. So I guess it runs in the family. My sisters
No, but the
are...
proficiency, the thing is, you got to have good vision or it blows your vision out, right? And you got to have manual dexterity. See, that's why you got to see that Coco Chanel movie. See, that girl became famous in a movie called Amélie. It's a French movie that did really well in America. But that girl that won the Academy Award, that French actress,
Right.
she played Edith Piaf, right? But there was a competition between these two actresses on who was going to play Coco Chanel. And if you watch that movie, it's very unsympathetic, but it's fascinating in how she worked up.
Sí, yeah. Just, no, close. Just go. We'll close.
Yeah, we're just gonna crack. We're gonna collapse this stuff, and I'll leave some of it here and here. So we'll leave it up, not just because of the convenience of time, but for show.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So you realize that thing in sandbag on the one side, if we don't have the margin on the bottom, if I tuck it in, no one will step on it and pull it over. But it has the cord hooking it on that end, and it's anchored really good. So you could resolve yourself without even getting the C-stands to have a backdrop pretty
Bye,
much full
Mary. I'll
time.
see you tomorrow. No, I'll see you Friday.
Especially
Thank you.
Especially to give you some seclusion, insulation by the people that come back here. See, to tell you the truth here, I think you're running too much distance. I bet you're getting pilfered too much because you got people mixing around. You got the little kids picking stuff up. You got a lot of incidental stuff that people could be pocketing. You ever watch your video cameras and see if you're getting stung at all? No?
No.
How long you had the video cameras?
I only had him for maybe a month now.
Yeah.
I am terrible. I don't check
No,
him.
that's cool. So now you see how on any given 15, 20 seconds that you didn't even have a chance to think about it?
No.
No.